Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are back, finally, in the Massachusetts. Now this is a ship that is back on the market come the next update. You guys remember in the patch notes. So I figure I'd showcase it a little bit. So a little teaser for you guys. For those of you who have not had a chance to pick up the Massachusetts, maybe you missed the campaign back in December, I think. Maybe December was London. It was somewhere in there. November, December, somewhere in there. October, November, December last year. But anyway, the Massachusetts is a unique American battleship in that it has long-range secondaries. Still has the same 5-inch secondaries that you come to know and love on the Americans, but they reach out to much further out. And I believe with this build, we're over 10 kilometers on our secondaries. And the American secondaries are a lot more accurate than the Germans. Rather than it being, you know, everywhere on the map, the shells are going from the secondaries, the Americans tend to actually hit what they're aiming at. It's kind of like the main guns in that sense, am I right? But yeah, we're going to go ahead and put on a clinic of how to survive when you're being focused. Okay? It's a clinic. First of all, you don't put out a single fire unless you absolutely know that you're not going to be set on fire or flooded immediately thereafter. The amount of times that I've put out a single fire and immediately been hit from somewhere that I didn't see for 2 or 3 fires is pretty obnoxious. Now, immediately their Benson gets spotted. So I was going to shoot at that nice juicy cruiser out there, but you get a destroyer spotted early, you got to take that shot. And we get a couple hits on them, take a little bit off of them anyway. And our team is actually focusing the Benson down, which is huge. It doesn't happen very often, but we appreciate it. Now you'll notice I'm kind of kiting away initially. This is solely to put some distance between me and that cruiser to make it a little bit easier for me. Also, the Benson is likely launching torps in my direction, so I want to make sure that I'm not in range to be torped by the Benson. And then we are going to immediately turn back in and start getting closer, because the Massachusetts, while it is a great ship, at range it's not at its best. You want to be up close and personal. Though I will be real honest, the accuracy that I was getting in this game is ridiculous, and in the best way possible. Like, I haven't had one of these games where the dispersion is this good in a long time in anything, let alone a tank build Massachusetts. All right, I've said it before, I'll say it again. This thing is ridiculous. For its accuracy is insane. Watch this. This is a tank build, man. Look at this. Absolutely punishing him. And that ain't it. And that was at a decent range. That was 12 kilometers. So that's what you can expect out of the Massachusetts. It's a fantastic ship. And like I said, it's probably the only American battleship that I would ever suggest running a tank build on. You don't need accuracy build with this thing. It's accurate enough. The only thing I would say is don't run the Brawler perk. Okay? Don't run it. Don't run Brawler. Brawler, all it does is limit your range and screw you over. So don't do it. With this build, we currently have 17-kilometer range. Okay? Which is enough to keep you in the fight most of the time. There will be moments where you wish you had a little bit more, but Benson gets spotted again. He's turning out. We're going to go ahead and take that shot. See if we can't whittle a little bit more off of him. And, nope, it looks like we splashed all around him but didn't manage to hit him. And there's the double fire over the island from the Suzia. Go figure. Every time. Now, I'm not going to damage Con right away because he's still going to be able to shoot me. So I'm going to use my heal initially, and then I'm going to damage Con when I think I'm close enough to the island. And, of course, he's going to make me regret this by hitting me and showing me that I didn't quite do that good of a job of figuring out where he's at. But we get another shot here at the Benson. The secondaries are going off. You can see that he's in range of the secondaries. And like I said, the secondaries on this thing pretty accurate, especially if you can pump that booster. Now, I pumped the booster in this one way too early. Way too early. But sometimes you screw up. It just be like that sometimes, right? Now, we did get a good hit with the secondaries there on the Benson. You saw how effective they were. 3 hits, and that was pretty solid. But he gets away for now, and we don't get a shot at the hood either. Now, what I'm figuring out here is we've got this Jean Bart pushing up. He's given us a pretty solid shot. Not the best shot because, you know, French magic armor and all that. He is angled, so we're not likely to do huge chunks of damage. But if we can get something, maybe knock out one of his guns or something. But yeah, you can see 5 ricochets, 2 overpins, not the best. All the torpedoes coming across the bow of the ship. We saw that coming, right? You got a cruiser out there with 8 torpedoes per side, and then you've got the destroyer right there as well with another 10 torpedoes. So you got to be careful. But we know they're out here. We're ready for them. And sure enough, Suja was not ready for us. We get out here, we get our shot. That accuracy is beautiful, and pow! Down he goes for the depth strike. And then the secondaries start absolutely chewing away at the Benson, and eventually the secondaries do what we need them to do, which is finish that man off. As he sails away, beautiful accuracy out of the secondaries. 3 straight shots out of the secondaries, 3 straight good hits on the destroyer. Now we knew the torpedoes were coming. These are actually Suja torpedoes. And so we're going to turn across the torpedoes, trying to get our backside to turn with us. And we absolutely punched that hood in the process for a Citadel and 27,000 total damage. But then we go ahead damage con because every torpedo that hits you causes flooding. We got a good solid reduction. Once again, the Alabama, Massachusetts both have fantastic torpedo reduction. For the Americans, fantastic. So you love to see it. And look at this accuracy, man. This accuracy is bonkers. And I know that doesn't look like it at that point, but that was most of those shots were going to hit where I actually aimed. He turned out, so good on him. But most of those shots were going exactly where I aimed. We're going to have another one that showcases my personal favorite accuracy. And I'll point that out when we get there as well. But, yeah. We're going to showcase why British battleships don't do very well at kiting away. Right here, we're going to get a good shot. We're going to aim for that superstructure and also that weak booty that all of the British battleships have. And there's 10,000 damage for us. Gotta love it. But, yeah, he's faster than us, so we're going to struggle. Actually, I'm not sure if the hood is faster than us. It's probably close. I'm not 100% sure. I know we're doing 27.6 knots top speed, I believe. And then every time we turn, we lose speed. But look at this accuracy. Like, that is disgustingly good. I wish I got that more often. And down he goes. Go figure. All right, so 105,000 damage. We managed to get a nice, beautiful dev strike in there on a Suja, proving that it can happen. Especially when they're dumb enough to angle 5 kilometers from you. You gotta love it. You gotta love it, man. Anytime a cruiser gives you that kind of an angle in an American battleship, you just salivate. You're like, oh, please do. This will very much almost guarantee your death. Because you're not gonna overpin them. The shells are gonna enter and go straight into that Citadel and down you go. It's glorious when it happens. But you can see we're going to get into the base here, try to get these base capped. We still got a Bismarck, and we got a Richelieu, I believe, out here. And I'm not going to lie. I honestly thought that these guys were going to do something a little differently, and that's why I played this the way I did. So I'm going to go through this base, straight through into the middle, and try to get shots on these guys. Because I kind of figured that they were going to kind of play at the long range over by A-cap. And that ain't what they do at all. They actually turn in towards us and start pushing us, and that kind of screws me. I could have had more damage, and this one could have been a really good match. It's still a good match. I mean, we're not done dealing damage, guys, trust me. We're going to get some more damage, but we could have had even more. But I'll show you that in a minute. Now, we're aiming for coming into the center because we don't have the most range in the world. This gives us the best opportunity to get in range and engage. Richelieu's given us a pretty solid angle, again, much like the Jean Bart was earlier. Not expecting a lot of damage, but you never know. You take the shot. He actually sees it coming, turns in. That's going to be pretty much useless for me. I get 1 overpin for 1,300. Pretty much what you can expect, right? Then I see the Bismarck, and this Bismarck, I'm not going to lie, I don't know if he's going really slowly or what, but he just happens to be behind this island. I can't really see him. I'm trying to lay in the shot. I could use auto-aim, but I don't like to use auto-aim because it's not particularly amazing. But then we get to finally take a look at him, and we don't quite lead him enough. And watch this dispersion. This shot, are we going to look at the dispersion? Come on. That's my favorite kind of dispersion right there. Solely horizontal. Yes, we mis-aimed that, but those are the shots that are devastating strikes more often than not for me. Now, we get into some server lag here for whatever reason, which you gotta love. Anytime you get that jumpiness like that, it's just that the server's lagging, whether your connection to the server's bad or just the connection or the server itself is struggling. Sometimes that happens. But, yeah. Bismarck, this time, we're not going to underestimate your speed. We're going to take that shot, and this one looks much juicier as we take a juicy shot, center of mass, and smack him pretty good. 3 penetrations, 2 overpins, and here I'm trying to guess what this Richelieu was going to do, and unfortunately I guessed wrong. I thought he was going to come into my inside, bow tank me. Unfortunately, that ain't what he does. He actually goes for the Nelson, and I'm not able to do anything for the rest of this match. But anyway, we gave it our best shot, you know. We try to guess what the enemy's going to do. We can't make them do what we want them to do. Sometimes they just try to hide from you. And that's exactly what these guys were doing. They're like, well, maybe we can get over here and kill this Nelson. But no, that Nelson's going to rip this Richelieu apart with its HE. Remember, the French battleships struggle against HE anyway, and now that's a Nelson. So you're not going to have a good time. But 123,000 damage, a good dev strike, coming in second on the team. Fletcher doing a pretty good job there, coming in top. So if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.